Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. This is One Pitch Catch first episode of the IPL review. We will go team by team, a few teams today, and then you can look forward to other episodes. So I think let's start with Delhi Capitals. So, Jagdish, what are your thoughts on the Delhi Capitals team? I think Aksar being captain is a very bold move. I don't know. I mean, obviously, anyone would have thought KL Rahul would have been the first
Yeah,
choice. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, whether he wanted it or not. But Aksar being captain is a bold choice. And off late, Aksar's performance with both bat and
yeah,
ball has been very good. So I think he can be a good captain too. Your thoughts on
yeah.
the team, Jagdish?
I think they've definitely trusted him with that. Delhi Capitals has been a perennial underachiever. I think they're among the three teams, maybe RCB and PK are the other ones that have never won the IPL. So
Lucknow also, but Lucknow
Lucknow,
is
yeah,
new. Is
Lucknow
new.
is just 2 years, 3 years old. But I mean, Delhi la ஆதி காலத்துல இருந்து இருக்கிற team. So for that, they've definitely underachieved. I think they're trying to just rebuild it with a new set of people around. The auction I use பண்ணி. Um, I'm more familiar with some of the known names. I think you have a lot more visibility to some of the others. But batting looks pretty decent. Stubbs and KL, McGurk, Faf, and then Karun Nair. He's been in very good form, not just in first class cricket domestically, but even in the limited overs, Vijay Hazare and all those trophies. So I think hopefully they're looking for him to carry on some of that form. And bowling wise, also they look pretty good. We have Stark, Kuldeep, Aksar, Natarajan, Mukesh Kumar, who played for India a few times, has been pretty consistent. So I think they seem to have a pretty decent balance as of now. Who are they going to look for keeping? Is it going to be KL or what do you think?
I think Porel is a wicketkeeper batsman, but he is very explosive at the start. But last year also he didn't keep much because Pant was there.
Ah,
So this year he may get an opportunity because KL keeps, though he keeps for India, when he comes back here, he doesn't keep much. Even last year for LSG, he was not keeping much.
okay.
So he may give the gloves to Porel.
Yeah.
Porel is a very young wicketkeeper, explosive batsman. So Porel might do the keeping duties, I feel. Again, I mean, there is also Darshan Nalkande,
Hmm.
who actually bowled very well. So last year also, so he is there, and there is this much talked about Vipraj Nigam, the leg spinner, is there. I don't know if he'll
Okay.
get a chance in the playing 11, but he is good. And of course, like you said, there is more bowling also with Mohit also is there, Mohit Sharma.
Hmm. Yeah, Mohit
Um,
Sharma.
Mohit Sharma is there. He always, you don't know whether it's his third wing or fourth wing or whatever. He keeps reinventing himself and coming up with good performances.
Staying on Mohit, he reminds me a lot of what a lot of batsmen used to say about Madan Lal. He runs in faster than he bowls. That's always the impression that I've got with Mohit Sharma. அப்படியே ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் ட்ரெயின் மாதிரி ஓடி வந்துட்டு ஆனா வந்து I mean he's a decent bowler. He's obviously done some things, but somehow he's never convinced me in terms of and the for all the effort that he puts in while running, I don't know if it translates into pace.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I think his main weapon is the slower ones. I think. I think his weapon has become the faster ones these days because out of the
Or maybe
24 balls, he bowls 22 slower ones.
variety is the first one.
Yeah, so the faster one is a variety, I think. And one other thing that DC has to fix in their batting order is now that Brook has pulled out, I have not
Hmm.
seen any replacement announced for him yet. So
Okay, got it. Okay.
that is something that DC will have to look at and plug that gap because I am
Yeah.
sure they had plans for Brook batting in the top order, the
Hmm.
top four. So they will have to
Definitely.
fix that, I think, with the.
Which is interesting. They only have 1 week to go, right? I mean, there should be some cutoff date by when you should have finished that part as
I
well.
mean, there's no cutoff days. Even after 2 3 games, you can bring in somebody
Okay.
unless if you feel that, or you can go without having a replacement at all
Yeah,
because they
correct.
have they have Faf, Megak, and Star. I mean
Hmm.
Rahul, all. I mean Porel also. All four of them
Yeah, yeah.
can bat in the top four. So I mean
Not
now with
me.
with Karun Nair also coming into the mix, given the way that he has performed,
Ama.
let's see, he might. Then we have a lot of batsmen there to the initials in the top 4 5 to
Yeah,
bat
correct.
for them. So they might not have a replacement, but it's always good to have a replacement in terms of injuries and things like that.
Ama.
So let us see.
Form.
Hmm.
But their bowling seems to, I mean, I think spin wise, it's seems very good. Kuldeep and Aksar. Any other spinners that are noteworthy?
Yeah, that's what that Vipraj Nigam is a leg
Oh,
spinner who they talk very highly of. Though they didn't spend much on picking him, that Vipraj Nigam is being spoken highly of. I am not sure if you'll get a chance in the 11, given the fact
Hmm.
that Aksar and Kuldeep are
Ama.
their main spinners, and of course Stubbs also can bowl off spin.
Oh, okay.
So last year, a couple of times he bowled and even picked wickets, Stubbs, one or
Okay.
two wickets here and there. So given that thing that they may not play Vipraj, let us see. So I think uh, they are pretty much okay to fix 11 even without Brook.
Yeah. Even without Brook. Okay. And so now it's around just putting the performances together. The
And
names
finally, I
sound
hope.
good.
I mean, now they have a again new coach in Hemang Badani.
Hmm.
Let's see how. I mean, after a lot of 17 years of nothing to show for,
Yeah.
finally. So this year, let's see if they can pull up something with the new captain Aksar.
Yeah. Cool. Maybe we'll go next to the team that the captain went out from. So Rishabh moved from DC to LSG. So you could take a look at LSG.
Okay.
What are your observations on LSG?
Yeah, the first thing about LSG that strikes me the most is their batting with Punt. I mean, if we start from the top, you have Mitch Marsh, Markram,
Ah,
Puran, Punt, and Miller, and of course they have this Britsky also. I mean,
okay.
I hope that's
Oh,
the
that's
way to pronounce it. Who recently got a debut 150 in an ODI game against Pakistan, the South
hmm.
African. So they got him also towards the end. So their batting that way is pretty
Yeah,
scary, I
it looks
think.
to be good actually. Come on. Lot of
And
hitting.
of course for the finishing they have Ayush Badoni also, who's done a very good job of finishing games over the last couple of years. So that is also there. Um, so their
So
batting is
that's
their
so
batting is
keeping
their main
wise, it
strength,
would
I feel. Sorry.
keeping wise, it would be Rishabh and any other backup option do they have? Puran keeps, right?
No,
Does Puran keep?
I sorry. Who's that?
Does Nicholas Puran, does he
Yeah, of course,
be a
Puran
backup?
keeps.
Yeah.
Of course, Puran keeps. Puran keeps a lot for West Indies.
Yeah.
So Puran keeps, and Puran and Pant, between Puran and Pant, I mean,
Yeah.
both of them are a sure shot in the 11
Ama.
anyway.
Correct.
So they can handle that. I mean, I can't see. I think Puran will be fielding, Pant will be keeping. I don't remember Pant
Yeah. Yeah.
running around around the field
Yeah.
anytime.
It's they're going to be difficult. Yeah.
So let's see. So and their bowling also, if you see, they have Bishnoi, of course. Mohsin Khan is there in
Hmm.
terms of the Bishnoi and Mohsin were retained, so they have
Yeah.
that bowling, and of course our recent Akash Deep, who did very well for India in
Ah.
tests there. Avesh Khan, the India's answer
Correct.
to Mark Wood. Avesh
Yeah.
Khan is there. And Akash Singh, the left-arm pacer who played for CSK a couple of seasons, is also there. Um, and
You also
and
have
they have
Shamar
this.
Joseph.
Shamar Joseph is there. I don't know. I mean, last year he played a game.
Yeah.
He didn't do very well. I mean,
Yeah. I don't think he played too much. Yeah.
he played 1 or 2 games. He didn't do very well. Shamar Joseph. I don't know how good he is. I've not been following the Caribbean Premier League much, so I don't
Hmm.
know how good he is with the white ball. They have this Rajvardhan Hungergaker, the a couple of years ago, the under 19 guy, so who
Okay.
even played for 1 or 2 games for CSK also, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So now, and they have this super fast Abdul Samad.
Hmm.
So Abdul Samad is the batsman, right?
I think Abdul Samad is the batsman.
Yeah, he was the batsman who played for SRH, no? Yeah.
Yeah, SRH batsman. Yeah, correct.
SRH batsman, yes. So he is also there. So they're batting in for the finishing. They're pretty much
Yeah.
like the same comment that we said for Delhi Capitals.
Easy.
Um, I hope. I mean, though they are not as old as Delhi Capitals, their first 2 years they made well, and then they've not. They have
Yeah.
kind of dipping. So I hope this year
Ama.
with new captain and a good batting powerhouse, they can do something better.
Yeah. I mean, I think the bowling is probably something that they need to just keep be a little wary about it. It's definitely not their stronger part. The batting seems to be the stronger part. Okay, which we'll go to the other team that's really not done too much in the IPL over time. That's Punjab Kings. Who do we have? We had Shreyas that moved from KKR to captain.
The defending
Uh,
captain,
I'm a defending captain. Basically, ஒரு half ஒரு ஆஸ்திரேலியன் சைடா இருக்கு.
yeah,
Like with Ricky Ponting in charge. You have Stoinis and Maxwell and Inglis. Where, I think, yeah, mainly those are the three or four Australians.
they have Hardy and
Batting seems to
Bartlett,
be.
Hardy and
Oh,
Bartlett
yeah,
because
Bartlett also. Yeah,
mm,
correct.
so they finished the 5 out of 8. 5 out of 8
ஆமா,
are Australians.
ஆமா. Batting seems decent actually. Yeah, I mean, it's a more of an all-rounders mix. Like if you have Inglis and Maxwell and Stoinis along with Shreyas, Umarzai maybe. Uh, yeah, bowling also seems okay, at least from the names. Like you have Arshdeep and Chahal, who's been around for a long time, Harpreet Brar, Jansen, Marco Jansen, Ferguson from New Zealand. I think that seems reasonably balanced, but I kind of think that the if you take the all-rounders out, given that three out of those are basically Australians, you're probably not going to be able to play all of Maxwell and Stoinis and Inglis in the same match with the four people limit. Batting seems a little weak, at least as far as I can see.
Yeah, you're right, Jaga. I think, but if you ask me, I think my feel is Ponting will go with Stoinis, Maxwell, Inglis, and yeah, Marco Jansen as the first four, at least to start
Hmm.
with. But I still think that their batting is a little weak, though they have Shashank and Prabhsimran, who were retained, who were mainly batsmen. I am a little doubtful about their batting. In fact, I think they may
Hmm.
be. I mean, Maxwell is a hit or miss. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
same thing with Stoinis also. You never know. I mean, he might give you a one big score and then
Um,
not much after that. So I think the batting seems to be revolving a lot around Shreyas Iyer, I feel.
yeah, yeah, seems like.
Let's
Okay,
see. I
then
mean,
we
I
get
don't
to,
think Ferguson, Umarzai, Hardy, and Bartlett starting, given the fact
yeah,
the other four are much more
Amama.
established people. And I
Yeah,
think Marco
definitely.
Jansen will play all games unless he is injured. I
Yeah,
think is a very
correct.
important
Yeah.
cog in that wheel, I feel.
Plus, I think he's really improved his batting as well. So
Yes,
definitely.
exactly. Exactly. Hmm. And he
Great.
bowls extremely well with his height and all those things.
Oh
This
yeah,
height also he bowls
he's
very well.
improved in all departments. He's improved, particularly around his batting. So he'll be a pretty good addition. Which brings us to everybody's favorite team, RCB.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
everybody's Isala Cup Namde is RCB
yeah,
always.
every year adana. So now in they have a new captain, Rajat Patidar. Basically, not the name that you would normally expect. But on the other hand, he's also been around with RCB for a few years now, so they've probably seen something in him. I think it seems to me that at least based on the what I can see from the squad, they put a pretty decent bunch together. Like you have some pretty decent bowlers, Hazelwood, Giddy, Bhuvi, Yash, Dayal. Then I think little, and then you have Kunal and Livingston and Bethel from an all-round perspective. Batting, yeah, it's basically Virat, Rajat, Panya, Phil Salt, Padikkal mainly. I mean, I seems like a pretty decent bunch. A little thin on spin, but Chinnaswamy, you pretty much are not going to get any sort of help from the pitch for spinners. The small ground. So in that sense, they've played it, no, very. They basically relied a lot on what they would get at their normal home venue. So it seems pretty decent. Maybe Isala Kapnamde is actually true.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, if the team, according to me, I think that after the auction, this is probably the best team they have put up. Because every time we say the big names and all those things, this time there's hardly a big name. I mean,
Hmm.
not taking away credit from the Livingstons and the Hazelwoods, but I
Yeah.
think they have done a great job. In fact, Salt and Virat. I think would
Mm.
open. I mean, and
Yeah.
Virat is a different beast in when it comes to IPL and RCB. I think every year
Ama.
he's almost in the top. I mean, he's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
orange cap or running for the orange cap all the time. So I think even when he's 70 years old, he'll be scoring runs for RCB. I think. So given that, I mean, you are exactly right. They are very thin on spin, but it is okay. I think they have only Swapnil Singh and Krunal, and they have Suyash also the leg spinner. But
Oh, yeah,
still,
so
I
as
mean,
well.
in Chinnaswamy, whether you bowl spin or pace
Ama.
doesn't matter. It's a 220,
Going
230
to go
ground
out
table.
anyway.
But their fast bowling, I think, is excellent. They have Nuwan
Yeah, yeah.
Tushara also. They have, of
Ah.
course, Bhuvi, of course, and Hazelwood. Yash Dayal, who they retained, is a great. He
Yeah,
bowls
yeah.
extremely well. Last couple of years, IPL, he did extremely well.
Great
So
attitude,
I don't see
especially when
Lungi
going to
Engedi
play.
getting a game amongst all these people.
Yeah.
And they managed to get their finisher in Tim David also.
Ama.
Because I don't think Livingston can be trusted as a finisher, though he bats there, because he
Yeah.
doesn't. He always Livingston is. I don't know whether he's really Livingston, Livingstone. So Tim David is a really good
Oh,
finisher.
yeah, definitely.
And they have, I mean, again, one other fast bowler. When I'm looking at the squad, I could see Rasik Dar also. He bowled extremely well
Ah.
for Delhi. Delhi last year, last couple of years, he bowled extremely well. So he's also there. So I think, I mean, of course, the dibbly dobbly bowler also they have is Romario Shepherd, the West Indian Romario Shepherd, who can
Oh,
finish games and also bowl one or two. Who can just, I mean, rendu over OB அடிச்சிடலாங்கிற typeல. He might bowl also. I think they have assembled a great team, but
yeah,
personally, I
definitely.
think I am not sure Patidar as a captain is a wise choice.
Hmm.
Maybe Virat didn't want to captain after so many years,
Yeah.
after leaving it and all those things. I am unsure if Patidar can pull this team along. But
Hmm.
if he does it, it's a lot of hats off to him. I am not sure. I mean, he's probably captaining Madhya Pradesh
Yeah.
in Syed Mushtaq Ali and Ranji Trophy and all those things. But captaining an IPL team is a
Ama.
different beast altogether. And when he was not scoring runs in tests
Hmm.
for India, he seemed lost. He was not. He
Yeah.
didn't. I felt that he was lacking confidence more than
Hmm.
his game or technique or anything. So I hope for RCB's sake, more than anybody else, I think Patidar score runs. Only if
Ama.
Patidar score runs, I think he is going to be
Yeah,
confident
that's
of
true.
leading the team. Also, I feel.
Yeah, because otherwise, if he's not scoring runs, then his position in the team itself becomes doubtful, right?
Uh,
And that you
I,
want that.
I mean, maybe yes, but I don't think because they've retained him, and in the last two
Yeah,
years he's been scoring runs for them.
that's true.
But
He's
as
an IPL legend.
captain, I don't know what he's going to do because captaining an IPL team is a very big thing. I think
Hmm.
it's not just a. Uh, I mean, it's not like captaining a Ranji
Yeah, correct.
Trophy or a Syed Mushtaq Ali.
Yeah,
So I
because
don't know
typically
if
in
he can
those
pull this team along.
tournaments, typically in those tournaments, you are most likely going to be the senior most person. Everybody in that side is probably your junior. They've all come from the same backgrounds. So
Hmm.
in that sense, and here he's going to be captaining Virat and like Josh and Bhuvi, etc., who have been around for a very long time. So yeah, that will be interesting.
So it'll be very interesting to see. But I think RCB, if you go by the team that they've selected, I think they have a very good chance this year. I mean, like you told in the last episode, the women have also failed to win this year. So I think it's the men's turn to win this year. And of course, it's the 18th IPL year. Virat Kohli is 18. We are already seeing ads saying
Come
those.
on.
So if Patidar can do it, that is something a huge feather on his cap because a lot of other captains who've not been able to do it with RCB. Let's see this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Cool. I hope in case RCB doesn't win, I hope they don't get into a mindset of okay, Virat will change to 19 and then 19 will run the same ads cycle again.
I mean, last year they thought. I mean, I think ABD was 17, so there was somebody had tweeted or even I don't know whether it was ABD himself. So saying 17th year, so we should win,
Wow.
but that got missed out. So 18th now. I mean, hopefully they're not looking at Chris Gale's number.
That is 323 or something.
Hmm.
Good.
So,
So yeah, we will come back again sometime middle of next week, early next week with the preview of the other three teams.
Yeah, I think we've done
Anything?
four. For four, we'll
Yeah.
finish it for the day. And the remaining six teams will probably do it over two other episodes.
Yep, sure. Any closing
Um,
thoughts?
Place your thoughts. I mean, we deliberately are refraining ourselves from naming 11 for any of the teams because most of the times I see the 11s that the fans or the so-called experts or anybody comes up with. Most of the time, it's. I feel over the years, I felt it is completely wrong, and the team management and the think
Yeah,
tanks
yeah.
completely comes up with a different 11, and rightly so because they are the ones who are running the show. So we are uh, consciously refraining ourselves from naming 11 for any
Yeah.
of the teams. It's just going
Correct.
through the
Yeah.
squad and saying what we feel about the squad.
Yeah, just looking at the possible notable performers and looking for any obvious strengths or weaknesses. Good. That's about it for this episode. See you again in a few days. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.